At this point in my life and the life of this podcast, I've decided to fully embrace my intuition. And that's exactly what we are going to be talking about today, alongside with celebrating your successes and really recognizing how amazing you are. Wait a minute. Have you heard? I have this massive news to give you. I'm interrupting this episode to introduce to you the Healing from Burnout interactive ebook that will guide you through your journey to recovery. This ebook is unlike any other, as it offers a unique and engaging experience that will help you overcome burnout and thrive. So, here are some of the features that make Healing from Burnout stand out. So, there are interactive exercises. This book includes interactive exercises that will help you identify the root causes of your burnout and develop a personalized plan for recovery. These exercises are designed to be engaging and thought provoking so you can get the most out of your healing journey. And healing from burnout also includes multimedia content such as videos, meditation, visualization practices, and journaling prompts that will help you grow and learn. This content is designed to be transformational and inspiring so you can stay motivated throughout your journey. And this ebook is written by an expert in the field of mindfulness and abundance, me, who has helped countless individuals overcome burnout and find inner peace. And I did it for myself too. With Healing from Burnout, you can benefit from my expertise and guidance. And there's also flexibility. So, Healing from Burnout is designed to be flexible. So, you can start your healing journey at any time and at your own pace. The book itself has a certain way for you to go about it, but you can absolutely change and do whatever you like, jump to whatever exercise you prefer. And whether you have a few minutes or a few hours, you can work through the ebook at your own speed, and all exercises are under 30 minutes. So there's no excuse for lack of time. Don't let burnout control your life any longer. Take the first step towards healing and order Healing from Burnout today. With this interactive ebook, you can start your journey to recovery and thrive. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Mindful Introvert podcast. This podcast helps you to get inspiration to manifest a life in alignment with your true, confident, and intuitive being. I'm Jo from mindfulintrovert.com, an inner peace and abundance coach, and my purpose here is really to help you slow down, look inwards, and create a more peaceful life by learning to trust your intuition and exploring your spirituality at a soul level. Ready to be empowered? Let's get on with the episode. Okay, so what I said about trusting my intuition and really learning to celebrate my successes is exactly what I want to be talking about today. I want to talk about how we sometimes live life so fast that we really need to slow down and recognize, look back to our past a little bit and recognize how far we've come. And this is coming off the second topic for the podcast, that was learning to slow down. Now we're focusing on manifesting your dream life with ease. So this is the first episode of 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 that part of the third part of our first season. And now is the moment to really start to recognize how amazing you are, if you haven't already, with all this process that we've been talking about this whole season. um, because even the tiny successes are meaningful, and they are a stepping stone to your success, and they're very important. They're that brick by brick you build a house, and patience is key. And I say this, and it's very easy for me to say, but it's not as easy for me to embody that patience. Sometimes I struggle, sometimes I feel like, oh, it's not worth it, all of this struggle, all of this hustle. But you know what? It's not true hustle. I enjoy what I'm doing. I decided to do this. I quit my job so that I would be able to do content creation and connect with people and coach people, have amazing clients, and have uh, a successful business that is able to impact people's lives and inspire them to live a life more in alignment with them, with themselves, their authentic selves. So all of this to say that there have been a lot of successes, little successes, this past month, I would say, that I haven't recognized. And I want you to maybe look at your past month and understand how far you've come. What's the progress, even if a little, like 1%, as James Clear says on Atomic Habits, just 1% every day. It's an amazing improvement. So, what's that 1% that you did that created a big shift in your life that you haven't even recognized? Maybe something that you were afraid, and now that you actually did it, you overcome that fear and you're stronger. You've learned a lesson. So, I can tell you that this past month, I went completely in my business. I was so focused on creating content, creating blog posts, producing a lot of content for Instagram, YouTube, my email newsletter, this podcast. I'm talking with so many people in the behind the scenes, where I'm bringing a lot of guests to the podcast. I am meeting them all, learning a lot about their stories and their experiences, and really curating a very good cohort to bring to the podcast to give you immense value and learn how to have a more meaningful and purposeful and empowering life with less anxiety, less burnout, less overwhelm. So I have been doing a lot of actions. I am recently certified holistic coach. I am hosting a free empowerment circle every Sunday. I haven't spoken about this on the podcast, but it's definitely something that I can add to the show notes. Every Sunday, I'm hosting an online circle that is like a connection, sharing circle, empowerment circle, where we come together and we just empower ourselves, build our self confidence, and build our self esteem and boost our resilience by coming together as a community, and supporting each other, holding space for each other, and sending love to each other. So, excuse me, that is something that I've done and that I was extremely afraid to do, because it's that whole thing that goes in your mind. Oh, my English is not perfect. I have an accent, or sometimes I struggle to say precisely what I want to say the way that I want to say it, or so many things that go in our mind. Oh, I'm not good enough coach, or I'm not a good enough person to lead the group, or so many things that go through our mind. But I was able to just say, you know what, this is what I'm feeling called to do. And this is exactly what I want to be doing, putting myself outside of my comfort zone and taking that leap, and going first without really knowing where this is going to lead. But you trust that the universe has your back. You trust that the universe will catch you and will support you and will co create with you the next steps of your life, because you acted on your what you call it, inspired action. You had like a calling, you heard it, you pay attention to your intuition, universe congratulates you and helps you by co-creating the next reality, your future that you desire, because you set that intention and you took inspired action towards that intention. So I don't even know where I was going with this. But yeah, you take that leap into the unknown. And that's what I was doing. creating that group. It's almost close to 30 people in that group now, and hopefully it just grows and grows, and we will be able to come together every Sunday and support each other. So I've done that. Got my certification. I had to present a recording of one of my coaching sessions to my colleagues and my teacher, and it was a very humbling experience because everyone was congratulating me how amazing I led the session. The questions that I asked were very good, and how people were very excited to be able to learn from me and my experiences as a coach. And it was just so amazing to get people's feedback and that validation that I am, in fact, an amazing coach. And sometimes I haven't recognized how amazing I am because it comes so naturally to me. And that's one thing, that sometimes you are amazing at something, but to you, it just feels normal because that is your normal, that's how you know it's to be. So to you, it's not extraordinary. That's your ordinary. So it comes easy, and sometimes you diminish your qualities, your successes a little bit, but that doesn't mean that they are in fact less valuable. So it's taking that moment to reflect. Obviously external validation always helps, but it's much more impactful when we are able to have that self gratitude and that self awareness of the amazing things that we are doing for ourselves and our lives and impacting people's lives as well. So I did that. I was very happy with the feedback. I was just reaffirmed myself as a coach that I am. This is my new identity. Because that's the thing. I don't know about you, but I think everyone kind of associates what they are doing with who they are. So for many years, I identified myself as a biomedical scientist. I believe that I will always be a biomedical scientist because I'm still doing some jobs with that. But yes, it is important to detach our identity from our career and what we are doing more so than who we are being. But it is difficult, it is difficult to dissociate so much like that. So I am now stepping into the coaching identity, the coach identity, and really recognize that this is my calling, and this is what I was always nudged to do. So I'm celebrating that. I'm celebrating my ebook. I've created my ebook. If you haven't got yours, I honestly tell you, you're missing out because it's an amazing tool to gain more self-awareness and to slow down and to figure out that ebook is so comprehensive. So all of this season, really all of the topics of this season that we are talking about are there, are on that ebook. We're talking about releasing imposter syndrome, releasing worry, releasing fears and anxiety, recognizing what you truly want out of life, visualizing that, learning how to self motivate for the mornings, and how to soothe yourself and cut cords at night with hypnosis and meditations. So it's with journaling prompts as well. So it's such a comprehensive ebook. I worked so hard in it that, but I worked hard with passion, it's my baby because it's something that I created thinking, okay, how can this benefit people to the most? And how it has benefited me because I do those techniques on myself as well. So is really taking that moment to celebrate how far I've come. I'm going to be hosting a class um, on the actual coaching academy that I've studied. I'm going to host a class for the students there. Another thing that I've never done really. And it's so funny to think that when I was a kid, what I didn't want to do was being a medic and uh, a teacher. So I think being like a medical doctor, I would still never do. I don't see that as a career for me. But I am in biomedical science, so I am in the healthcare field, and that's what I've studied as my degree. And being a teacher, Yes, I wouldn't want to be a teacher of like kids in school and stuff like that, like a formal teacher that we're used to, but being more of a guide and more of an educator about these topics, I think that really aligns with what I want to be doing, and helping people thrive and grow and make their coaching better and make their own lives better, make the clients' lives better. So that is my purpose. And I am so driven by that the fear of looking like a loser teaching this class is still there. Don't get me wrong, it's still there. I fear that, oh, people, no one will show up, or if they show up, they will hate the class and never come back again, or drop midway of the class. So many fears that our mind, if we allow ourselves to go there, will come up with scenarios to give us worry. Because, excuse me, it is the default mode. It is the default mode to just come up with those scenarios to protect yourself. But we always need to remind ourselves the successes. So that is what I have been doing. Literally this month, went all in my business, released my ebook. I'm doing that class. I'm doing the empowerment circle. I've created a bunch of content that I'm proud of. I'm in conversations with people that are coming on the podcast for the second season to bring you so much value. And everything seems to be going really, really well. And I'm living the life that I wanted for myself for a long time, like waking up at the time that I want to wake up, doing things the way I want to do them. There's still pressure, and especially when you are working for yourself, by yourself, you have to be your own boss. So I'm still finding the balance in that, in not overwork myself, in deciding what to prioritize, and just because when you're an employee, you do whatever your boss asks you to do. And when you're an employer, not I'm not an employer, but when you're like an entrepreneur, you have to decide for yourself what is the priority, what are the goals, what you're wanting to achieve, by when. And that can be overwhelming when you are someone that sometimes enjoys not having responsibility. This is a very interesting concept. I like to have freedom, but sometimes I don't like to have the responsibility. So it is an interesting concept. But yeah. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you need to do it for your own self. And dealing with the fact that I work from home alone, and sometimes I feel a little bit lonely. So that's why I go to the gym, to go to the classes and just be surrounded with people doing the same activity with the same energy as me. So I try to do that. I try to go to like coffee shops sometimes, but it's not really my thing. I get distracted. But I try to do some things to keep me surrounded by people. But I also do a lot of meetings on Zoom with people all over the world. So it's getting a balance, it's just understanding a balance, a nice balance that works for yourself, and continue to dance with life. So that's what this balance is doing the things that are in alignment with yourself, even when it seems crazy. Because what I'm doing right now, when I decided to do this, I told myself, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm having a quarter life crisis. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm throwing my career away. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm living off my savings for a while. What if I am not going to be able to make money and have to go back to my job? What if I am out of money? So all of these fears, right? But you need to keep facing your true north. You need to keep facing what your goal is, and putting that energy on manifesting that. Because if you spend too long thinking about what worries you, what are you afraid of, that is what you're manifest. So I'm really doing a lot of mental and like mindset work around that now, because I feel like I have done a lot of the actual actions, actual actions, the actions that will. So the content creation, I've been networking so much. I have been sending my CV to so many coaching companies, and just trying to market myself as a new coach and as a certified coach and working towards my credentialing, my accreditation with ICF. I've been doing so many things in the external realm that now I need to really focus on going inwards and doing the mindset work around money beliefs, worthiness, believing that it's possible, manifesting all of that. So that is a journey, but that journey starts when you recognize your own successes and you recognize your strengths, and you, not to say that you don't need external validation, but you give that validation to yourself first, and you do that with gratitude. You do that by not comparing yourself to others, but comparing yourself to your past self. And yes, wanting to create a future better self, but always acknowledging where you've come from and how far you've come and how much growth you've gone through and how much stronger and empowered you've become, and the fears that you've conquered and the lives that you've impacted and inspired. So I think that is extremely important to allow you to move forward and and have success. So recognize that, journal on what comes easily to you that others say that you're very good at. Journal, journal, journal. Do a lot of scripting as well. Scripting, if you don't know what that is manifesting, as in like writing, as in if it was today. So imagine you want to get, I don't know, 5K months. Oh, excuse me. Imagine you want to have consistent 5K months. You write, today I am so happy and grateful to have received 5K in my bank account. I don't know, something like that. So you write in the present moment as if you are receiving your desire. And you visualize that and you feel that as if it is today. And I have a little bit of an advanced technique about that, and I have a guided practice on my ebook. So go get the ebook. Definitely go get it because it is a masterpiece. And if you're not happy, I give you the money back. So there's literally no risk there. There's refunds for a reason. We gotta love refunds. If you're not happy, I definitely give you the money back. I don't want to keep your money with something that you're not 100% happy. So yeah, that's all that I want to share today. Remember to focus on what lights you up. Remember to focus on how aligned you feel when you're doing something, when you're being a certain way, when you're having something in your life. Always check in with yourself to see how aligned you are. And if you're not aligned, move, do something different, change your energy, change your reality, change your situation, change your thoughts, change your emotions. Just do something about it. Take control. Don't be passive in your life. So that's all for that I have for you today. If you got to this stage, I love you and I will see you next time. Bye. If you are fully committed to your growth, I invite you to book a free inner peace assessment call with me, where we create an action plan to manifest a life worth living with more inner peace and self-love. And for more inspiring content, follow me on Instagram at Coach Joanna Calado and subscribe to my YouTube channel at The Intuitive Being. I will leave everything in the show notes so that you do not miss a thing. I'll see you in the next episode, and until then, slow down and trust yourself. Bye.